Okay. Just realized my baby wipe container is empty, and I need to fix that before I start jelly printing. Hi, Becky. Hi, Mitz. Hi, Janet. It's good to see all of you. I just realized I gotta fill up my baby wipe container, or I might be in trouble in a little bit. I'm used to having them always just right there. So, hi, Zoe. I just now turned it on. Oh, I tried to do too many things today because I was kind of behind on what I had been planning to do in the last week or so because I wasn't feeling good and with my back hurt and all of that. Um, I'm kind of behind right now. But anyway, um, my hands are still inky from earlier today, and that video is still not posted because I haven't had time to post anything. I've just been making a few. So, hi, Patricia. Oh, Zoe's going to do the dishes and be right back. That's a good idea. I need to go get something that I thought I had out here and I don't. So I've got to go get it in the house. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes too. Y'all visit and let everybody know that I really am coming back. Rose and Beverly, I'm glad to see y'all. I'll be back in just a minute. If somebody comes in, tell them I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I have a little thing of packing tape that I keep out here, and I couldn't find it. And I went in thinking I would find it in there, but I couldn't. So I had to get the big honking one from the house. And so that's what I'm going to use. Oh, let me go back and see who's come in while I was gone. Hi, Sherry. Dawn, it's good to see you. Jamie, glad you're here. And Sherry, I can't remember who I said hi to already. Patricia, Beverly, Mark. Hi, Mark. Yes, I stepped away. I'm back, though. Oh, thank you, Mark. Oh, hi, Mary. Hi, Rose. I think I saw Rose earlier. Okay, I think I'm caught up now. When we did this last week, I worked on the cardboard cover, and then when I went to fold it, it cracked right here because I waited to fold it until it was dry. So I'm just gonna, oh, sorry. Sorry you had to listen to that. But I'm just gonna put packing tape over it. And rub that down really good. And hope that that will protect it. So when we fold it and for our cover, whoo, it didn't fold straight either. See, look at there. Oh well, that's just the way it's going to be. And, it will be protected there. So that's good. I'm happy with that. In here, I'm probably not going to jelly plate in here because hi Patricia, hi Judy. I'm glad y'all are here. Hi Dat, Debbie, am I right? Dad's doings, is that Deborah or Debbie? Which do you go by? Okay, Becky, that's great. Anyway, I'm going to jelly print in here. I'm going to put maybe something that I do jelly print in there instead. Deb or Deborah. Okay. Well, I'll try to remember that. And I think I'll call you Deb just because that's, or Deborah. Who knows? Maybe both. Sometimes my brain works one way and sometimes it works another. So I'm going to call this one done for now, my cover. And we did, I'll show you what we did last time because some of you weren't here. We worked on book pages, but we didn't get the back done. So here's what I did on book pages. Hi, Ruby. I'm glad you're here. And we worked on envelopes. Didn't get the back done. Need to fold those down now so I can do this part as well as that part when I do the back. We worked on coffee filter and tea bag. Once again, we didn't do the back. We worked on some tags. And these were the masks that I had, and so I just stuck those with all this. I don't know if I'm going to do more on these tags or not. I kind of like them like this and just use them as a background, but we did that. I made some potatoes for Mark. On this craft paper. This wasn't one of the prompts. We just did that one for fun, but it's going to go in my book. And I worked on newspaper. I think the prompt was either yellow page paper or newspaper, and I used a funny paper. And there's another book page. And then music paper. There's the back of the music paper. So I don't think I did backs on anything. And then matte paper. Can you use stamps on it? Yes, you can. Since you mostly use acrylic paint on your jelly plate, then you have to be, able to clean them good. I do use stamps. Mostly I use stamps that I have dedicated to the jelly plate, and I don't worry about it as much. And I use these foam stamps. And I just clean them off the best I can, but I don't wash them or anything because I'm lazy. And they just keep on working, even, you know, even if you didn't clean them good. I just stamp them off as good as I can and go on with it. So I use a lot of these kinds of things. Um, and I've got a few stamps. I'm not sure exactly where they are. I meant to clean out my toy box here so that I would. I've made stamps out of fun foam flowers. I made some stamps like that I use on here. And I made a cloud stamp. So you could, you know, make your own stamps, or you can use the ones that you buy. I was trying to find some regular old stamps that I use here. Here's some more of the foam kind of stamps. I even have this piece of wood that's been carved, and I use that as a stamp. I have a bunch of these this kind of stamps because I found bags of them at the thrift store for like $5, and so I just use those in here, and I don't worry about them that way. Yay! I've been looking for this for weeks, and it fell in my toy box. See, that's a good reason to clean out your toy box right there. Oh dear. Trying to find. I have some other kinds of stamps that are, you know, regular. But well, here's one that's leaves, and I just use this one on the jelly plate, and so I don't worry about it too much. So there's a long answer to your quick question. Okay, let's see where we are. Hi, Holly. I'm glad you're here. Vicki, it's good to see you. Patricia, we have 2 Patricias or 3. I can't remember. I'm not sure how many Patricias we have tonight. Oh, it's good to see all of you. All having blurry issues? Is that what you said? Somebody's blurry? Well, I have it set where it does not autofocus, because when I watch people's videos and it's got autofocus on, it's constantly changing and trying to focus, and that's blurry. And so I didn't do that. So I don't know about yeah. Oh, my toy box is big. I got the term toy box from Carla at Caged Fish. She has a toy box that she uses for stamping with inks on her glue books. And I thought, that's what I have for my jelly plate, is a toy box. And so I love it. Yeah, I do have it set to high def. So you do want it to probably be at least 720, and that might help the blurry issue. Thank you, Mark. Okay, so we've got I just put all the prompts that we used last time on the bottom. And so we're just going to go ahead from the top. I'm going to try to see we don't have very many more. This is not supposed to be in that set. We only have 3 or 4, so we may go back over them and do the backs of these. In fact, we will go back over and do the backs of those when we get through. And I know we used cardboard, so I'm going to stick it at the bottom. I'm trying to see how many of these we've got left. We have a bunch of these left. So the actual prompts, the paper prompts, we only have 2 or 3 left. And then we'll start over again and work on the backs of the ones we've already done. So, okay, I'm going to move my already done papers out of the way so we can, I'll come back and grab them when I need them, but set up my roll-off papers. There's my lovely circles gift that Becky sent me. I love those, Becky. They're hair curlers. They work great. Okay. Move the packing tape because it takes a lot of space to do this. Hi, Bootsy. I'm so glad you're here. Well, you just lurk and prepare your video. We're just glad you're here at all. Hi, Sharon. I'm so glad you're here. We're gonna be continuing on with our prompts, and we're probably gonna go until we've done them all, just so you can see all of the ones that I have. I made a video talking about the fact that you don't have to use a jelly plate. You can use a fun foam, and I listed all of the prompts in that video. I mean, underneath it, in the description box. I'll make a PDF and post it in the Facebook group. I just haven't done it yet. But anyway, that is there. And what else did I need to say? Oh, thank you, Janet. Hi, Barb. It's good to see you. We've still got people coming in, so I'm going to wait just a few minutes before we actually go ahead and start the prompts. I do want a kind of an idea of how many people are going to be playing along, and whether y'all like this idea and want to do it again sometime, or if tonight's it and you want to go back to the regular pick 10s. Let me know those things in the comments real quick while we're waiting a few minutes. That's great, Judy. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Mindy. Dawn's playing. Good. Okay. Well, I hope you like it, Deb. I love the jelly plate, so I'm happy to do jelly plating any old time. But we've been doing the regular pick 10s for a long time, and so I thought it'd be nice to take a little break and then go back to them later. But I know there are a lot of people who really like the other pick 10s, and so I didn't want to take away their fun if they don't like this as much. Lurk tonight. That's fine, Barb. I know what tired's like. I think I may have slept 2 hours last night, and that wasn't till this morning. Oh, goodness. My Facebook group is the same name as my YouTube channel. It's Lisa My Eclectic Life, and you do need to be a subscriber to join my Facebook group. And when we get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to cut it off because I don't want it to get too big. I want to be able to know everybody. So please come and join the Facebook group. I think we've got 93, 94 members right now, so we're getting close to the cutoff. But it's really a fun group. Everybody's very supportive. Yeah, go join. Thanks, Rose. Okay. We've got a lot of people who are just watching tonight, and that is absolutely fine. I do that on a lot of live streams. A lot of them I watch and chat, and some of them I watch and I don't even chat. I just watch and veg out. So I know what that's like, and that's perfectly fine. If you're planning to play along, just type playing along or playing in the comments so I can see. Because so far, what I've seen are people who say that, except for Dawn, I know Dawn's going to play, but a lot of people aren't able to play today. So Let me know if you're playing along. And I did not last week. I did not write these prompts and put them in the description box like I do for the regular Pick 10s. I just told you where to go to get the prompts because there's so many more of them. It's not just 10. But okay, thank you, Janet. And so I'm not going to have them listed below, but if I get a PDF made from it, I will link that in the description box below this. So you'll have, all of them. And when I add more, I'll add them to the PDF, and then I'll replace the PDF in my Facebook group with a new extended version. But so far I haven't added any more because we haven't even finished the ones I did already. So, okay. Are we ready to start? The first prompt of what kind of paper is use graph paper. So get out your graph paper. If you don't have graph paper, that's fine. Just grab a piece of paper. It doesn't matter what it is and use it. But the first paper we're going to do tonight is graph paper. Hi, Holly. It's good to see you. Hi, Gloria. So let me grab some graph paper. And it may end up that I got these out of order and we've done graph paper, but I don't remember seeing graph paper. So prompt 1 is use graph paper. And then what are we going to do on it? Let's see. Use 2 colors and a stencil. That's what you're going to do on your graph paper. 2 colors and a stencil. So I'm going to choose a stencil first. And I'm going to use this one just because I love it. And I think the green behind it will look pretty. So I went with 2 colors. Okay, let's see. Move this out of the way. Ooh, look what I made today while I was playing in the ink. That's prettier than any of the pages I did. Maybe that'll go in my journal too. We're going to use a purple and a red. Y'all can use whatever you want, but I'm going to use purple and red. And when you open up these and you've got little crusty bits, do that away from your jelly plate because you don't want to drop those on your jelly plate. Ooh, sorry. Okay. And you can use your stencil any way you want. You can put the stencil down and put paint on top of it and then pull the stencil up. That's one way to do it. Or you can do it the way I'm doing it, which is just put your stencil down and then use something. It doesn't have to be deli paper, but deli paper works really good. If you've got deli paper, use it. Some kind of thin paper to try to pull up in between. And so that you can, so your stencil pattern will show on your paper. If you don't get it up, one thing about deli paper is that you can really see whether you've gotten it down good enough to pull up and make the print show or not. Some other kinds of paper, you can't really tell that. Okay. So, woo, don't lose that. There's my deli paper. That's pretty, isn't it? That's going to go in my journal. Because why not? It's part of the session. Now I'm going to go ahead and do it again with a different piece. This is something that I was using earlier because I've still got lots of paint in there. I put too much paint on my plate and I need to get up some more of it or my print won't look as good. You won't get as much this time, but you want to get as much as you can off in between those things so that it'll show up when it's time. Okay. Well, that looks pretty too, doesn't it? Okay, now where's one of those papers? Oh, I'll use this. I'm just going to move my deal over here and see how much paint I can get off there. My stencil. That's what that looks like. Okay, now then I can still see I've got a lot of paint on there, but I'm just going to go ahead and put, where do I think it'll be the prettiest? I think I'm going to put it right there. My graph paper happens to have lines on the other side, and so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the rest of it. When I do this, I honestly do not remember where I got that stencil. I think I got it on Amazon, but I'm not positive. That was the very first stencil I bought in 2015 when I first started doing this kind of thing. So we're gonna put these papers, we're gonna make a journal with them. And so that's why we printed, one of the things we painted on last week was cardboard so we could make a cover. And then we'll put all our pieces inside it and make a journal. There's my graph paper. That turned out pretty cool. I like that. Definitely journal worthy. And I'm going to put this back down and see if I can pull up any more. Okay. And I'm just going to leave it like this. Whatever comes next, this will pull up on it, which I think is lovely. So I'll be happy with that. Thanks, Janet. I do not. And let me tell you why. Because it has like 25 million layers of paint on it. I would go to Amazon and put in flower stencils and just look and see if you can find it. I'm sorry, I don't have a clue. I love it because it doesn't have an outside edge. It's a really thick stencil, and so you really have to burnish it good to get it to work. But I really like it. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, let me know when y'all are ready to move on. Those of you that are playing along, and we will move on to the next one. Jamie's ready. Dawn's ready. I'm trying to remember who our third person was. Mary's ready. Okay. Well, the next kind of paper we've got is paper bag. Print on a paper bag. And Deb's ready. So we got 4 people playing. That's great. Print on a paper bag. If you don't have a paper bag, do something else. I'm going to print on this one. So we're going to print on a paper bag. And what are we going to print on it? Use some kind of lid to make marks. Okay, and you can make all kinds of different marks with your lid. Let me find one here. I've got this lid. You can roll it like that, or you can do it like this, or you can do it like this. And I may do all 3 just for kicks. But that's the lid I'm going to use. Okay, what color? And I can use any color because it didn't give me a color. And that's nice. I like to be able to choose my colors when I'm in the mood. I know what I'm going to use. My new favorite color is this Ceramcoat Delta Creative Ceramcoat Midnight Blue. That's what I'm going to use. Okay. It's a very green blue. It's a lot like phthalo green or phthalo blue. I'm not sure which one. One of those two. But I really like it. Green and blue are my favorite colors. And you mix them together and it's just extra super yumminess. Okay. All right. Put my bag up here so I won't forget it. I'm going to start using it like this. Whoa, come on. And you need to tap it off if you can in between so you can get rid of some of that paint. Not sure how much this one's going to show up, but we're going to do it anyway. And I obviously have more space on my jelly plate than is necessary for my paper bag, but that's okay. Let's see if I can clean some of that off so I can use it a different direction. Okay, so we'll start here. Oh, that didn't do what I was hoping it would do. Ah, this may not be what I was wanting. Okay, let's try this again. It's not leaving the marks I was hoping it would leave. But we're kind of committed now, so why is it working sometimes and not sometimes? Ah! Okay, woo! Oh, I kind of like that, squiggly. Let's do that. Let's just do that squiggly thing. Okay. And now that my hands are all gross, I'm going to go ahead and go back and do it this way. Who knows what it's going to look like? Okay. Let me clean those off a little bit, or I'll get it all over my other side of my paper bag. Hi, Adadale. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Peg. I'm glad you're here. Oh, I love this color. It is my new favorite color. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? Okay. I'm going to put my paper bag, I think, right here. And then I'm going to put this down to pull up the rest of it. Yes, I know, Mark. I'm just not good at doing it. I know what to do. I'm just not good at actually doing it. That looks good. I like that. Hope my bag comes out that good. Oh, I like that. That turned out good. That's very interesting. I don't know what to say about it more than that, but I like it. It's got a lot of the pink and stuff in it. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I really like it. So see, Mark, even when you do it wrong, you get something good. That's why that's why I like the jelly plate. Even when you do it wrong, you get something good. Oh, sorry, Rose. Well, just do it again. Now we've got a lot of stuff on here. Um, it's really got a lot on it now. I don't know if I can get any more off or not, but I'm going to try. See if we can get some of this off. One of the prompts is to add a really thin layer of white on it and pull up some of that. This would be a really good time to do that. Thanks, Barb. So can I cheat and look for that prompt and get it out and do that one next? Oh. Peg says, yes, it would. I think I need to look. I'm going to see where that prompt is and see if I can find it. Oh, it was only 2 down. So I'm going to use it next. That's what we're going to do next. I don't know what kind of paper we're going to do it on, but that's what we're going to do next. Yes, I did cheat. It's my party. I can cheat if I want to. Yes, Barb, get out your paints. There's nothing as freeing and relaxing and fun as jelly plating. Don't want to waste that beautiful paint. That is exactly right. Go right ahead, Bootsy. The mixed media mono printing police have already given up on me. So the prompted mono printing, yeah, they've given up on me. Okay, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Let's see what paper we're gonna use next. Hi, Annie. It's good to see you here. Says use parchment paper or wax paper. And I'm going to use parchment paper. I'll wait though for you who are playing along. I don't want you to be I'm not going to run off and leave you, but we're going to use parchment paper or wax paper next. And we're going to use white. It doesn't have to be white. It could be it just needs to be a really light color. To pull up the rest. Thank you, Janet. The prompt police, that's right. Well, the prompt police already don't like me. That's okay. They can go watch somebody else. Oh, Deb's ready. My hands are just looking, well, they don't look as bad on camera as they do in real life. Buttercream or buff, yeah. And I don't have, and you don't have to use white. Like I said, you can use something else. Peg suggested buttercream or buff. And I don't have either one of those. I've got Sunkissed Peach or Light Mocha. And I think either one of those would probably look good. I was trying to think what else I have that's light, that's not white. I have some, where is that? Buff Titanium or whatever that's called. If I can find it. Nope, that's not it. Oh, where are you? Oh, there it is. It's hiding. This unbleached titanium. That works pretty good too. They this actually was a mat you put in your sink. You put it in your sink so that your dishes don't bust. But a bath mat would work just fine. Janet, the second half was use white or a light color to pull up the leftover paint. That's the second half of that prompt. Okay, Rose, have a good dinner. Oh, uh-huh. Well, yeah, this one was about this big. I don't think it was big enough to be a bath mat, but it was about that big. Well, you can't even see, about that big. And I cut off part of it to make a small one to go with my 6x6 jelly plate. Okay. Peg says use the mocha. All right. Which one's the mocha? There it is. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I'm sorry you're buffering, Annie. Would somebody type in there and ask her to refresh and see if that would help? Is anybody else buffering? Are y'all ready to go on? Dawn, are you ready? Holly's not ready. Okay, that's fine. Oh, well, no, you're not buffering. I'm not sure which one that is. Deb's ready. Dawn's ready. Okay. I think Holly was saying yes or no, she's not buffering. Oh, dear. That's easy to do. That's easy to do. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow because I've got some more Christmas gifts to buy, and that's where I buy most of mine. Now, I put way too much paint on this, so I'm going to have to take some of it off. You want to kind of be able to see what's underneath through it. We want it to be pretty. Oh, and I forgot to get out my parchment paper. That figures since it's going to dry before I ever get this on there. Okay, let's do that real quick. Okay, please work. I've got air bubbles. I don't like air bubbles, but it means it's sticking somewhere. I'm going to have lines in it though, because those air bubbles will not have any paint in them. Oh, goodness, 2 a.m. Annie, bless your heart. I'm proud of you for even being here. Well, maybe I'm worried about you. I'm not sure which, but I am glad you're here. In Scotland. Oh, cool. I have some Scottish ancestors, and it didn't pull up very much at all. I didn't, it was too dry. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to go ahead and put a little white on it. And I took off too much and let it get dry, which is about par for the course. Too much or not enough. That's kind of the way I roll. All right, let's put some of this white on there and try it again. And it may be that parchment paper was a bad choice. That may be what it is. But we're going to put it back on there and try it again. Do it from this side this time. Oh, thanks, Annie. I'm enjoying the December daily. That's a lot of fun. Well, let's see what we can pull up here. Yes, it is. Okay. This is what we pulled up. So if you're into the grunge look, which I like as the backgrounds, that one will work just fine. It might have worked better on some different paper, but that was our prompt, so. Grungy goodness, that's right. I gotta clean this off a little bit here. I set it down on top of something and got little specks on my brayer. Like some dried paint or something, I'm not sure. Maybe some of the grunge off of this that stuck to it. I don't know. Okay. Y'all let me know when you're ready to move on. What size is your jelly plate? This one is 12 by 14, and I love that size. I have an 8 by 10, and I've enjoyed it for 2 or 3 years, but I don't like the fact that you can't cover up the whole 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And so my advice to people who don't have a jelly plate yet is get the biggest one you can afford. Because you can always put more papers on it. But if it won't cover your paper, that's frustrating sometimes. So, oh, you found the flower stencil. Cool. Yeah, the 8 by 10 is what, and I've done a lot of stuff on that 8 by 10 jelly plate and was very happy with it, except for that one issue where you always have a border around your pages. And, that border would probably be fine if I could keep it even, but I can't. So, hi, Tanya. I'm sorry you're having internet trouble, but I'm glad you're here. The one thing about the little ones is that you can, you can put them down on something, and that's cool sometimes. But I think that's probably the most versatile one I've got, and I love it. So if I was starting out, I would buy the biggest one you can afford to buy, and then you can add to your collection. Uh, well, I'm glad you're here, Tanya. Okay, are we ready to move on? Jamie's ready. I haven't seen anybody else say they're ready. I might have missed it though. Yeah, Tanya, I think Tanya has the same one. Am I right, Tanya? Is yours 12 by 14? Okay, I think we're ready. Next prompt, what kind of paper is it? print on cereal box or similar cardboard. Okay, that's our first prompt from last time. So if you need to do some more on your cover, this is the time to do it. Go ahead and do that if you want to. Um, if not, just choose some paper that you want and do the next prompt on that paper. I'm not going to do the cereal box because I'm not going to add any more to mine. It says use a flip-flop or a foam stamp. So I have several flip-flops, and so I'm going to use several different ones here. You become a flip-flop aficionado when you start doing this. In fact, you save everything. Not just flip-flops, but everything. I'm trying to find my other flip-flops. Is that? Yeah, I'll use that side too. So I've got, see, this flip-flop has this on that side and this on this side. So you can use both sides. And this one has like little squares on this side and raised dots on this side. So you can use both sides. And that's what I'm going to do. Ooh, soup. Yum. Yeah, feed your darling husband. Peggy, I'm glad you were here. We enjoyed having you here. Okay, so I'm going to use a flip-flop. And what paper am I going to use? I think I'm going to use a piece of this music paper here. And what kind of colors? I think just for kicks, I'm going to put several colors and kind of mix them up. Okay, I'm going to use blue and purple and pink because those will blend into something nice. And you don't have to fill your whole plate if you have a big plate. Just because you've got one that big, you can just do, whatever, something close to the size of your paper. I just enjoy the extra prints that I get on the deli paper, and so I just go ahead and add, do the whole thing so I can pull off that. Okay. I'm kind of bouncing it so that it won't blend them too much, but I still want to kind of cover the whole plate with it, so it's going to blend them some, but now I'm going to just go over them lightly and see if I can smooth it out a little bit. And brayer off. Okay, now then I'm going to just do some then I'm going to turn it over and do this side. And then I'm going to do some of these if I can figure out where to put it that doesn't have something already. Sometimes it's hard to tell where you've put stuff and where you haven't. What's that? Okay. And I'm going to use this side now. When you've got a mess of colors and textures, it's harder to see where you're at. Okay, we're just going to call that good. And I'm going to put this down kind of in the middle. And then I'm going to do a border around it with this. Well, thank you, Sharon. I just play and experiment. Okay, so there we got a border around our other print. Looks pretty. And let's pull this up and see what we got here. Uh-oh. That's stuck down there. Let's try from this side and see if we can. There we go. It's stuck a little bit right there. But that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I like that. Definitely make a good background. Hi, Susan. I'm so glad you're here. Let me pull that paper off before we go on. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Janet and Gloria. I appreciate it. Y'all let me know when you're ready to go on, and we'll now we're going to be starting back on the papers that we've already done. So I'm going to get those papers and turn them over and use them to do the other side. So my journal will have something on both sides. So that's how I'm going to do. I'm going to do the rest of the prompts on the backs of the other papers I've already done. That's my plan anyway. Dawn's ready. Let me know when the rest of you are ready and we'll move on. Oh, I'm going to sit down a minute. Whew, Jamie's ready. I'm starting a new project. I don't know if I told y'all about this or not. But I'm starting a new project. I just did the most of the first video today. But I'm doing the December challenge that Lori Marie Jenkins had on her for her junk journal December challenge. And that just looks so cool that I'm definitely going to do that. Let me show you what I've got done so far. This is the book that I'm going to use for it. And so far I've done the stiffening the binding or adding protection to the binding and putting my underpants on. And that's what I've done so far. It's still got to dry before I go on to the next step. Let me find that so I can show you what I'm going to do with the next step. The next step, let me put something down here so I don't make a mess on this. The next step is to put something on your cover. And that's what I'm going to put on my cover. She put another book cover and then she inserted a picture inside it and riveted it down. But I don't have a rivet gun, so I'm just going to put this on like this. And I think I'll punch holes and I'll strap it down with some leather straps. That's my plan anyway. Oh, I'm glad you're doing it, Sherry. I can't wait to see what you're doing. But I'm loving this so far. And then I'll start working on my signatures after that. And she did 3 signatures of all kinds of junky stuff. And when she posted her challenge, the only thing she had done to her signatures is gesso everything and then put them in the book. And that's where we are. So I'm looking forward to doing this with her. I've done some of the pages she's done and things, but I've never actually followed her in a challenge before. So I'm excited about that. I love what she does. Thanks, Tanya. I think it's going to be fun. I'll do videos as I do it so you can see what I'm doing. And it's, I really needed one more thing to do. But anyway, we won't talk about that. Okay, we ready to go on? Yeah, that's this thing. She's so funny with her underpants. Okay, it says do the next prompt on a tea bag or coffee filter. So I need to grab the ones. Where did I put my papers? There they are. And I'm going to do mine on both since I already did one side of both of them. So that's what I'm going to do the next prompt on. She just posted it, I think, on the 1st, Gloria. Oh, that's okay, and Adele. Go ahead and catch up, and you can just keep working from where you're at. You don't necessarily have to catch up because we're just gonna keep going. So don't worry about it. And the what we're gonna do is use a sponge for texture, and you can use all kinds of things for sponges. Let me get a few. Most of us use these little makeup sponges for stenciling, So you can use that, or you can use this kind of sponge, just a kitchen sponge, or this kind of sponge. I've also got this came in some packaging. So I've got this kind of sponge. I thought I'd do some of it. I thought, why buy more makeup sponges when I've got this much sponge? So we'll see how that works. I haven't actually used this before, but we're going to try it. I'm going to do all of these just because I can. Except that one. That one, I'm going to use these other sponges because I think they'll be a little more interesting than this one. And I kind of have a small space, These are not very big, so. Okay. They're green on one side. I think I'm going to do this blue and pink on the other side. No, I'm going to do the blue and the mocha. I think that'll look good together. Thank you, Janet. I appreciate that. Oops. Too much, but I do want a little bit of this, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on here. This time I thought I was going to just do the, but since I put so much paint, I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing, or at least a bunch of it. Okay. And I'm just going to make some marks with a sponge. Oops. And then I'm going to do some with this one. I think this is going to make the funnest marks. And then I'll do some with this one. Okay. And I'm going to put these down like that. And put my deli paper over them. I tell you, deli paper is a good investment. If you can find some and you jelly plate, it's a great investment. It helps in a lot of things besides making really cool papers, especially if you collage. It is a beautiful junk journal, Janet. I love it. I couldn't resist. I had to do it. I even told her I don't need to do one more thing in December, but I'm going to do this anyway. And there's my deli paper, which looks really cool, doesn't it? Love that. Let's see if we can pull these up without tearing them up. And it's not showing up very good on that, but I've got some more color on it besides just the green that's on that side, so that's okay. Let's see what the coffee filter does. If I can keep from tearing it up. Okay, you can see the marks better on the coffee filter. I like that. That looks cool. Okay. I made a snow globe. Yeah, I kind of did. Hadn't thought about that. Let me know when y'all are ready to move on and we'll go on to the next prompt. Oh. Jamie's ready. Dawn's ready. Now y'all need to post pictures in the Facebook group. I want to see what you've done. Jamie, I don't know if you're a member of the Facebook group or not. If you're not, you need to join the Facebook group. It's about to close because I'm almost at 100 members and that's where I'm stopping. So all you have to do is be a subscriber and be on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you need to join us. That would be fun. The name of my group is Lisa My Eclectic Life, just like my YouTube channel. That makes it easy to find. Janet posted a link earlier. Maybe she'll post it again. If you get a chance, Janet, if you would post it again, I'd appreciate it so Jamie can join. Adidal's ready. There you go. Thanks, Janet. I think we have one more person. Okay, Deb's ready. So let's go on. The next one says paint on an envelope. So I'm going to pull my envelopes that I painted on last time and I'm going to do the other side. This is what we did last time. And last time the prompt was to wad up a piece of plastic wrap or parchment paper or paper of any kind and make marks with it. So let's see what we get this time. This says use lace or a doily or some kind of fabric for texture. And I'm going to use lace because I have a good collection of lace. In fact, where is it? Oh, I just got some new lace that I got at the thrift store. And I think this is what I'm going to use. Isn't that pretty? Came off of a dress, a little short dress that I would never wear in a size that's too small for me. But they had their clothes half price that day. So I got the dress for $1.50. So that's what I'm going to use right there. Okay, now I got to decide what kind of paint I'm going to use. And this lace is really fine. So I'm going to do one envelope. Well, I may do them both just on top of the lace and pull up. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just put my envelopes down on top of the lace and pull it up that way. I may wish I hadn't done that, but I think that's what I'm going to do since this is such a fine lace. Okay. Let me decide what paint to use. I'm going to use this ice blue metallic and emerald green metallic. Almost out of that. If y'all haven't noticed, I like to mix colors. Okay. Roll that off. And then we'll put the lace down over it. Like that. And where are my envelopes? I just set them down. Okay, there we go. If I can't wear it, no one will wear it. There you go, Holly. I wasn't thinking such vengeful thoughts, but oh. Let's try to decide. All right, let's use this deli paper. See what we can pull up. When you do it on top of the lace like this, it's a lot harder to pull it up. In fact, I may use the brayer. I think it's sliding my paper around though, so I probably shouldn't do that. Okay, let's see what happened. That didn't turn out so great. It just kind of slid around. So let's put it back down. Let's just see if we can get some more to come through, even if it doesn't match. Just to put something on this page. That one's a lot better, but okay. We're going to call those done. And then I'm going to pull this up. And now I've got some pretty lace to do something with. No, I'll jelly print with it some more probably first. And then I'm going to put this back down and see what we can pull off. I may not have put enough paint. It's like I either put too much paint or not enough paint. Okay, I pulled off a little bit more. The rest of that's going to go on whatever comes next. It was too dry to do that, Janet. Usually that's what I do. I usually pull the lace off and put the deal on there, but I thought this was an open enough weave that it would work the way I did it, but it didn't work as well as it would have doing it the other way. While we're waiting, I guess I could do it again and do it that way and on some different envelopes and see what happens. Let me do that just for fun. Since we're here, we can just go ahead and play. Nothing says I can't play some more. Okay, I'm going to do purple because that way I can see what I'm doing Well, I got a lot of stuff building up on here. I may need to just try to clean it off. All right. Okay. Now then, I'm going to see what I can pull up. No, not that. Deli paper. Okay. See what we can pull up through it. So we can leave some of it on there, and then we'll pick it up and put the stuff we left on there on the envelope. And that usually works pretty well. Okay, well, we pulled up quite a bit of lace on that. Now we'll pull that off, and we'll put these down. Now let's find another piece of deli paper to put down here. This is the way I usually do it. I just thought it was worth an experiment to do it the other way. We'll see if this works any better. Some laces just don't work as well as others either. And I'm not sure why, but this looked like it was going to make a pretty print, so we'll see. Alien invasion? Oh, I don't see it. Last time we had that, I could see it. Sorry. Oh. So it's coming and going. Not fun. Yes, I'm using the gel press jelly plate. No, Jelly Arts. It's Jelly Arts, I think. Just a second, let me look. I don't keep it in here, but I've still got this. Yeah. It's the Jelly Arts gel printing plate. That's the one I'm using. All right, let's pull up this. That's much prettier, isn't it? There we go. See, yeah, I like those. I'm glad we did it again because I wasn't too happy with my first one. But those are pretty. I love using the lace, but it just, I wasn't sure if that was a new one or an old one. Yeah, the colors worked together well too, didn't they? See? And on here, you know, you can mix up stuff, and let me let that lay out so it can dry without making it rock hard or something. Okay, let me know when y'all are ready to move on. You may have already told me you're ready and I just missed it, but let me know because I was playing again. Dawn's ready. Okay. Deb's ready. Yeah, plastic cutting mat works. I think the thing that's not a jelly plate that works the best of all the things I've tried anyway is that Kids Fun Foam. It works really well. I've been very impressed with how good that works. So you might try that, Jamie. But can't wait to see your prints. Post them in the Facebook group. Okay, I think we're all ready. Next paper says wild card on tags. So we did tags last week, so we'll just do tags again. And let's go ahead and do a prompt though this time instead of wild card for the tags. Let's do a prompt. Use 3 different texture tools from your toy box. So it can be anything, just 3 things. Three things. Now I want to add colors that will actually work with these because I want to leave the backs blank. So I think I'm leaving those 2 alone. I just like those like they are. So I'm not going to change them. But these little tags, I could use something. Now you could use new tags if you want to. You don't have to use the ones we already did. I'm just trying to add to the things we've already done. Okay. And let me find 3 things so I have my brain ready when it's time. I would like to use 3 things I haven't used with y'all. Okay. Oh, goodness, excuse me. What else can I use? Okay, I think I'm going to use some of this and see if I can put it down. No, I don't think that'll work because it will end up. Excuse me, let me get a cough drop. Okay, I'm going to use this that I made on watercolor paper out of texture paste, and I'm going to use my little truck, and I'm going to use a Lego thing. This is not a real Lego thing; it's a fake Lego thing. I couldn't use a real one; my son would have a fit. So, but these no brands, he doesn't mind if I use those. Oh, cool. Good grief. I'm so sorry. I'm going to use some red craft paint, cardinal red, and some copper. That's what I'm going to use. And some copper. Can't go wrong with copper. Okay. All right. I overdid it on the paint again. Pull this out. Okay. Way too much paint First, I'm going to start with, I'm going to start with the little Lego thing. I don't know where my piece was. I had a piece attached to it that I could pull up, pick it up with, but this works really good. Let me show you, to put dots on something with too. Just so if you've got another piece of paper that you want to add texture to, you can do it with this. Okay, that's enough of that. Set that aside. Alrighty, let's get, what was the other one? Oh, this. The little chevrons. Let's use those. I'm saving the truck for last because, oh, those are coming off. That's not a good sign. But I'm going to go ahead and use them because I don't want to go look for something else. Maybe I should go look for something else. Okay, I'm going to say I used that one enough. And then I'm just going to roll the truck. Okay, now then let's lay these tags back down. Let's just do them kind of crookedy, so we can get all the textures on there. Okay. Well, I like red and copper. I hope it was a good wake-up call, Holly. That looks pretty, doesn't it? I like that. Now let's see what the tags look like. Ooh, looky there. That's, well, if I can keep it. That's yummy. I like that. Set those. I'm going to set those aside somewhere. Ooh, we pulled off a lot of good stuff with that one. Oh, that one too. Look at that. Woo, woo, woo. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Whoops. There we go. Oh, I'm loving those. Those turned out great. Get them out of the way. I'm going to have to throw that one away because it's coming off on everything. So, but I love the truck. The truck's fun. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Gloria. Okay, y'all let me know when you're ready to move on and we'll go on to the next prompt. Oh, I got to sit down a minute. Shouldn't be standing up doing this, but it's easier to do standing up. Okay, Jamie and Deb and Dawn are all ready. My sister posted a picture of her dog. I can't remember if it was today or yesterday. She posted it. She had graduated from beginning obedience school, and in the picture, the dog is wearing a little graduation cap. It was really very cute. Oh, I don't know if they're going to go on to advanced obedience school or not. I'm not sure what the difference is. When I took my dog to obedience school, it was just obedience school. It wasn't beginner or advanced. It was just regular O. Okay, everybody's ready. Next paper, use any kind of scrap paper. Oh, I forgot to show y'all. This was my scrap paper last time, and we did a quilt on it. So now I'm going to do something on the back of that. So let's see what it says to do on the back of it. Use bubble wrap. So use any kind of scrap paper and use bubble wrap. Let's see. I think one thing I want to do before I do this, so I can try to get it in sort of the same place, is get rid of some of this extra paper, because this is a huge piece. And I don't need that big of a piece in my journal. Now, when we get this finished, tonight, and when you all show your papers, if you get it put together in a journal, go ahead and show the journal too. I would love to see that. You don't have to put it together in a journal. It was just an idea of what to do with it, and it's what I intend to do with mine. Oh. Okay, now then I can print on the back of it. And it says use bubble wrap. So those are pinks and oranges and reds. I think I'm going to do blues and greens on the back. And I'm just going to mix this blue and this metallic-y green. Not going to do anything fancy. Not going to do a quilt block like we did last time. I'm just going to use bubble wrap and make my design that way. And I just realized that the only bubble wrap I have up here is this that's on the roller. And it's got stuff all over it. So I don't know if it's even going to work. We're going to see. It's leaving some grungy goodness behind. Okay. Yes, last week the first prompt was cereal box for the cover. That's right. Oh, that's okay, Holly. You could do it on a big piece of fun foam if you wanted to. If you wanted to play along, you don't have to have a jelly plate. All right, let's see what we get. Okay. That's okay. It's not as pretty as this side, but it's doable. Usable for sure. If I can get past my trash can and my paint over here to hang this up. Oh, goodness. Too much stuff in the way. They used to carry one, Susan, but it was by Stampendous, and I'm not sure. I think they called it Stampendous mono printing plate rather than a jelly plate. But I didn't see one the last time I was in there trying to find one. I ordered mine off of Amazon. In fact, yeah, I ordered my 8x10 off of Amazon, and I ordered this one off of Amazon. There are a ton of different sizes that you can get, and more than one company that makes them too. Oh, the fun phone's buried too. Well, I understand that. Oh, oh goodness. Yeah, I think the one at Michael's was called a Stampendous mono printing plate, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, get these paints out of here. I got paints falling all over the place. I'll just pull them out again when I know what I need. But right now they're just in the way. Okay, that gives me a lot more space. I'm going to work. See, you can use your wipe-off papers in your journal too. Let's move down to the next one. Those are wet. There we go. Yeah, I would love to see your art room, Holly. Let's see if it's as buried under stuff as mine is. Oh goodness. I'm not posting a picture of mine. If you were at the Zoom, you probably saw mine. But it's really, really, really needs some help. It really does. But I would rather play than clean, so I haven't got it cleaned up. Stampendous Creative Plate, Aunt Beck said. Palette, Aunt Beck says. I know that one works. It's thinner than the gel press one and thinner than the Jelly Arts one, but it does work because I bought one of them and gave it to a friend. Okay. Are y'all ready to move on? Oh, that's in the wrong stack. This one says use map paper. So I'm going to go I'm going to get my old piece of map paper that I used last week, and I'm going to do the other side of it. And this is what we did on it last time, so you know, definitely can't really go down from there. It didn't turn out too great. It's got a lot of good grunge on it, but this is the side I'm going to use tonight. And the prompt to use on the map paper is use something botanical. And I think we did that one last week. I'm not sure. I get confused on what I did in my the one I did where I was showing examples of what we were going to do and what we did last week. Anyway, use something botanical on a map. There you go. And it can be anything. It can be a stencil, it can be stamps, it can be masks. Let me find. I think I'm going to use these little leaves and I'm just going to mask them. So when I print, my leaves are going to end up looking like this, and my background will be whatever I've got on the jelly plate. So that's my plan for this prompt. Okay. So my leaves are going to be yellow with words. So I want something really contrasting to that to be my background. Let's see. You could use real plant leaves if you have them. I don't have any at the moment, so. I'm going to use this bright red metallic and this purple pansy. This bright red metallic is really not red. It's really pink. It says it's red, but it looks pink to me. Okay. And once again, I put too much paint on my plate. So we will make a pretty brayer off page. Okay. Now then, I'm going to lay some of these leaves down. I'm just kind of laying them everywhere. I'm not worrying too much about placement of them. And I may have taken off too much paint. I'm looking at it now and I can kind of see through it. So I may wish I hadn't done that. Okay, that's going to be enough. And I'm going to put my map page on top of it and just press down so I don't move those leaves, hopefully. Hi, Gilly. I'm glad you're here. Okay, let's see what we get. That looks pretty cool. I like it. I'm happy. Okay, let's see. Let's pick these up and lay them down here. I don't know if they'll transfer over or not, but I'm just going to sit them over there and press them down. Just for fun. Probably should have done it on something that actually already has a background on it. The neat thing about doing this is that now my next print will have some leaf prints on it, which is kind of fun. So you get two for the price of one. All right, now I'm going to pick them up and see if any of them actually. No, the leaves look pretty though. Look at that. Those would be great in a collage. See? Double duty. Paint your leaves and some of them even better than others. Okay, I'm going to move those out of the way. Not there. Let's put them up here. Now on our paper, we didn't get a whole lot off on the paper. But if we'd had a contrasting background, it would have, you know, added a little something to it. Okay. I know the leaves are gorgeous, aren't they? The map's cute, but the leaves are beautiful. Oh, thanks, Patricia. Okay, Dawn's ready to move on. We've got 2 more. And once we do those, one of them we might do both of if you have both of them. The next one is you do next prompt on newspaper or yellow book page. If you have a yellow book page and newspaper, just do 2, just for fun. If you don't, you can just do 1. I'm making a mess too, Jamie, and it's a fun mess. Okay, I think everybody's ready. So newspaper or yellow book page, and the next prompt says use net or screen or sequin waste or drywall tape or something like that. So how's that for um a big bunch of choices? I'm going to use some of this, and I'm just going to do several strips of it because I have enough, and lay them down. But I usually don't do that. Usually I just push it down and pick it up. And you can do that too. I'm just going to see how this works. Newspaper or yellow book pages, yes. And then you use what you do on them is use net or screen or sequin waste or drywall tape, something like that. Excuse me. I just realized I didn't have any yellow book pages out, so I'm just going to do the back of my newspaper and be happy with it. Sorry. I'm talking too much. Okay. For this one, I'm going to use this metallic amethyst. And and then some of this bright red. I really like that amethyst. It's a pretty color. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to put this down, if it'll stay down. I don't know if it'll even stay down. This may be a really bad plan. And then I'm just going to put my newspaper over it and see what happens. Definitely need to put something on top of this because I can't press it down. Let's see. Let's put this down over it. Okay. I have no idea what this is going to do because I've never done it before. So I do all these experiments with y'all watching. See, I don't have any secrets. All right, let's see what we get. Nothing. Just some stripes. Okay, well, that was kind of a bust. So we're going to pull this up. And we're going to put it back down. Let's go this way this time. And we're going to see what happens. Now, let's put... put this one over it. Let's see if this does something better. That was kind of a bust. I was afraid to press too hard because I don't want to damage my jelly plate with that ribbon, but... Hi, Arlene. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for dropping in. Okay. So this is definitely better. It doesn't really give me much pattern, but I got some color on there anyway. So it's not a complete bust. Okay. Well, you can just remember kind of the things that we did and do it tomorrow, Gilly. You don't have to do it right now, but it does. I watched people jelly plate, and it just makes me want to go do it. Oh. Okay. Are y'all ready to go on, or are y'all still working on this one? Just so you know, the next one says, do the next 3 prompts on old book pages or music paper. And so I'm just going to do, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 book pages and 1 music paper. So I'm just going to do the backs of all of those. And then I'm going to say we're through with however many prompts we've got finished. So we'll just keep going to that point, and then we'll stop. Okay. Let me find a place to lay those. Okay. The next prompt says, if I can pick one up, use 2 colors, one under the stencil, and then pull off the top, and then put another one on top of the stencil, and then pull up the stencil and pull the print. Okay, that's pretty elaborate instructions. So if you're not sure what I just said, then just watch and I'll do it, and then you'll know what to do. I'll give you some extra time for it, so don't fret. Let me decide on a stencil. I want you want something that's kind of open. I'm going to use this one because it's got a lot of open spaces. Okay. And you want your bottom layer to be your background color, because you're going to lay this on top of it and you're going to pull up what's in the flower. And then you're going to put some more on top of it to fill in that flower, and then pull this up and pull your print that way. Okay, does that make sense? All right. So my background color, I feel like I'm doing all the same colors. I think just for kicks, I'm going to use this blue for my background color and make my flower copper. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. And you want what you're pulling it up with, you want to be pretty thin paper. I'm going to use deli paper. If you don't have deli paper, just use whatever thin paper you have. The deli paper works well because it's so thin, it'll get down in there and pull up. Pull up the stuff you're wanting to pull up. Okay. Use 2 colors, one under the stencil, pull up the paint on top of the stencil, then brayer on the second color, lift the stencil, pull the... That's exactly right, Janet. Okay, that's really pretty, isn't it? But I can tell I didn't pull up enough because I had too much paint. So I'm going to go ahead and do it again. So see, you get some extra bonus prints when you do this, because you see, I'm still pulling up stuff. So if you can see that you still got a bunch of stuff on there, go ahead and pull up another one before you lay down your next coat of paint, or it's not going to work, because what's on the bottom of the jelly plate, the bottom layer is what you're going to see when you pull your print. Okay. There's that one. Whoops. And now some of it's still, not going to be hidden, but that's all right. That's the best we can do. All right. Now I put too much paint on again, of course, but you want it to be able to go down into the stencil. So it kind of has to be a little bit goopier in order for that to work out. Now, when you pull up this stencil, you need to lay it down immediately on top of another piece of something so that you can pull that up. I mean, so you can get that paint off of it, and it also give you another print. So I'm going to lay it down on top of this paper. Okay. So I'm going to pull this up and turn it over. Oh, I need another piece, because you need something on top of it too. Let's do that one. You want to go ahead and clean off what you can, say off of your stencil. That's what it looks like. That's what came off my stencil. I gotta hang the stencil up and let it dry, because it's gonna be a mess. But I want to go ahead and pull this off. I'm gonna put it on the back of this music paper and hope that it works. It's fine. We'll just use this to do the rest of it. I didn't have another piece of deli paper out. I don't want to go digging for it, so. Alien attack. Oh no, sorry y'all. Okay. Oh, that pulled up pretty, didn't it? I hope my music paper pulls up that nicely. Oh no, that's what I was afraid of. Very carefully, very, very carefully. Look at that. Can you see the print off of that paper? That is really cool. That turned out nice. I like it. If it hadn't torn, it would be perfect. But that's okay. Things are rarely perfect, so. So we got a lot of pretty stuff for this one. Trying to decide if I want to pull up some more. That's still damp. Okay, I'm going to see what else I can pull up on this. Much may not come up. Okay, not much. Just a little bit of sheen, so. Which means that this will print off on my next one. And since I had an extra, I'm going to go ahead and put something light on back here and see if I can pull this up as a ghost print. I have a Facebook group, Gilly. The prompts are not in the Facebook group yet. I'm going to put them in there, but they're not yet. It's the same name as my channel, Lisa My Eclectic Life. If you want to join, you can. We've got, once I get to 100 members, I'm cutting it off, and we're pretty close. So this would be the day to do it. If you want to join our group, we would love to have you. Trying to decide what to put behind here. I don't think I want to try to pull this off though on on my book pages because they do stick. So let me find something else to pull it off on. I may pull it off on this side. Since I've got that here, I might as well use it. So, all right. I'm going to put some thanks, Janet. I'm going to put a little bit of this white on here. Ooh, that's probably too much. Spread it out. Yep, it's too much, but I'll take off some of it. I just don't want to take off so much that it doesn't work like happened last time. There's a fine balance between what's enough and what's too much and what's too little. Okay. All right, let's just put it down and do it. You want to really burnish it when you're trying to pull off that underneath stuff. Deli paper probably works the best. That's probably what I should have used, but I didn't have a clean one. Hi, Rebecca. I'm glad you're here. What is the next prompt? The next prompt is use paper clips. You would use them for texture. Just throw them down and then print over them. If you've got double layers, it won't work very well. And if they work best if they're kind of sparse. I'm not sure that that's going to be a good one, so I'm going to give you another one. Oh, no, let's skip that one. It says make a solid pull to do the next prompt on top of it. But on our book paper, that won't work as well. So I'm going to put those two underneath. You can do them some other time. Let's pull another one here. It says use a pencil eraser to make polka dots. And then you can do anything else you want on there too. You don't have to just, okay, we'll add this one to it. Okay, here you go. Use a pencil eraser to make polka dots. Draw wavy lines and add circles. So I would draw wavy lines, add circles, and then polka dots. That's what I'm going to do on the next one. Okay. This is what we got. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And this is what's left. Oh. Yeah, we're going to do all those together because they're all similar. So let me find my pencil. So you're going to use the pencil eraser just like a stamp. And then you could use the same thing. You can use the pencil eraser to draw wavy lines, and you can draw circles with it. Just do everything with the pencil. Wavy lines, circles, and polka dots. And that's on your another one of your book pages. I think we've got a couple more. We've got at least two more. I've got four more, but but we had two more. So we're going to do four more prompts just to so I can use up my four more pages. And then we're going to call it a night. Okay, what color do I want to do? I think I want to do copper just because I love copper. I just love copper. So we're going to do copper. Okay. Okay. We're going to draw wavy lines. You'll need to wipe off your eraser in the middle of that because it collects stuff. See that? Okay. And then we're going to draw circles. I need to get something to actually wipe it off and not try to wipe it off on something. And you can do however many circles you want, whatever sizes you want. Make little ones and big ones. That didn't turn out looking much like a circle. And then polka dots. This is going to be a really weird looking page. You can do as many or as a few as you want. You don't have to go overboard just because I always go overboard. Okay. Then I'm going to lay my paper down. And you want to pull it up fairly quickly because it will tear and leave behind a mess if you leave it on there too long. And this is what we get. You notice it pulled up some of the blue in between in the lines where I'd drawn. That's pretty cool too. I'm almost out of clothespins. Okay. I'm going to see if I can pull another one since I've got extras. And looks like I've got extra paint on here, so. Let's see what happens. All right, there's our ghost print. Not bad. Alrighty. Oops. I'm kind of having to move some stuff on my clothesline so I have room to hang up the next two. I tell you, this clothesline across the room is amazingly wonderful when you're jelly printing. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pull up some of this rest of this paint and around the edges, especially where I didn't pull up anything before we move on to the next one. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. Okay, we pulled up a little bit of stuff. All right. Are y'all ready to go on to the next one? It's all fun. It's all fun, and I think I enjoy all of them, even if the ones that didn't work the way you wanted them to, they still turn out pretty cool. There have been very few that I've thought, oh, that's trash. There have been a few, but very few. Okay, Deb's ready. Dawn's ready. Now I've got two more pieces of book paper, and that's when we're going to call it a night. My back's beginning to get a little sore, so I'm going to need to go sit down. Jamie's ready. I need a table that is about 6 inches higher than the one I'm using for it to stand up in jelly print so that it won't bother my back. Adele's ready. So, okay, next prompt is use a toy car, the wheels, or a Lego for texture, or both, or any other toy you can find. I'm going to use both of them, I think. I've already used them before, but let me find. Well, I thought I had another one stuck in this so I could pick it up easier, but I can't find it. So I'm going to put some tape on the back so I can pick it up easier. I had trouble picking it up last time. So, okay, where's my tape? Here we go. Oh. I think I'm going to use the opposite side of it this time that has the holes instead of the dots, just for kicks. Ah, got my finger stuck in the tape. That's not very helpful. Okay, there we go. So a toy car and this. And since we have so many layers of color on here, I think just for kicks, I'm going to put black behind it and see what happens. I don't use black on here a lot, but I'm going to see what happens. I'm hoping it will pull up a lot of that stuff underneath. Okay. Let's see what happens. Let's do this. Oh no. Well, my tape's not strong enough. You can see my little fingernails. There we go. Oh no. All right. I thought it was going to work and then it didn't. Okay, there's that. And then I'm going to see if I can run some wheels in between those. Who knows? Now where's my paper? Okay. Okay. Okay, that turned out pretty cool. Oh, there goes the aliens. It's that metallic. It's, it always feels like it's the metallic paint. Anyway, I like it. I like it. And let's put this down and pull up some of that border. Okay, that's what we got. That would be cool, Adele. Don't tell him, Arlene. You have to just confiscate a few toys and leave the others alone. Actually, I didn't even take this for my kids. I bought it at Dollar Tree. And this was my son was giving a bunch of these non-Lego Legos to back to the thrift store, and so I just confiscated one that was going back. So all right, we got one more to go, and let's see what this prompt is going to be. Oh boy, see if there's another one I like better. Okay, here's one. Use something plastic as a texture item. It could be anything that's plastic. That's our last one. Use something plastic. You can use several plastic things if you want to. Use something plastic. Okay. And that is it. I'm going to put these up and then I'm going to use something plastic. Okay. I'm trying to think of what plastic thing I want to use. I think I'm going to use this. I think it's rubber and plastic. I'm going to call it plastic. It is squishable, but it's still plastic. So, okay. That. Okay. We'll put our stamp over on here after we get through. So what color do I want to do? I'm just going to use a red. This is Tuscan red. Whatever it pulls up will look good with it. So if it pulls up anything, it might not pull up anything. Okay. We're going to put this down. And press it in. So I'm using it like a stamp. And then I'm going to pick it up and put it over here to transfer the paint that's on it. And then I'll pull my print from what's down underneath it. Okay. Let's put this down. All right, let's see if we can pull this up without tearing the paper up. All righty, this is what we get. It does not like that metallic paint. Well, this isn't even metallic. Okay, but that's what we get on this one. And then I'm gonna put this down and pull up the red around it. Uh-oh, right on top of the flower. Not such a good plan after all. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, goodness gracious. Thank y'all. I'm at the end of what I can do tonight, but I have had a blast. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did. Bye-bye, Gloria. We're going to be all leaving here in a minute. I'm going to clean my hands up a little bit before I touch the keyboard or the mouse. Goodbye, Dawn. I can't wait to see what you do with them. If you make a journal, I want to see it in the Facebook group. If you do something else with them, I'd like to see that too. Oh, you're welcome, Gloria. Good night, Jamie. Good night, Holly. Thanks, Dawn. Good night, Deb. God bless you all, each and every one. Have a great night. Sleep well. We'll see you on the new day. To those of you that joined the group, if Janet didn't already approve you, I will. I wouldn't be surprised if she's already done it, though. Oh, God bless you all. You're welcome, Adadel. Bye-bye.